Hello.
Hello, everyone. You know what time it is.
It's Sexual Enigma, Sex Talk. Tonight we are talking about fantasy.
Fantasy. Hello.
Tell me what your fantasy.
Tell me what your fantasy.
Don't you worry. We got the theme song for you.
Yeah. Play that song.
It's coming. It's coming. Hey, and I wanna move from the bed down to the ground to the floor. You make so good, I don't wanna leave, but I gotta. Right. All right.
Theme song.
That's tonight's topic. Sexual fantasies. Tell me what your fantasy is.
Right.
And we are going to have some fun
Yes.
with it, of course, as always. So those of you who have just tuned in, you have tuned into Sex Talk with Sexual Enigma.
Yes.
My name is Robin. I am a personal trainer, a yoga trapeze instructor, a group fitness instructor, and one half of Sexual Enigma.
Yes. And I am Tamara. I am a yoga and Pilates instructor as well as a group X instructor. And I am the other half of Sexual Enigma.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But you know what time it is, y'all.
Kombucha Wars!
Kombucha Wars!
Okay, so share yours.
Okay, I have, right? It's the Dr. Brewer kombucha. The super
Brew Doctor.
Brew Doctor. I'm sorry, I got it backwards. It's organic. And it's super berry. It's got raspberry, blueberry, and oolong tea.
Yes, and it looks pink and pretty.
It does look pink and pretty. I think it's got a 2. I'll give it 2 stars. It's 2-star or 2 square, fruity, 1 floral, and 1 herbal. It's supposed to taste
Sounds fancy.
sweet and tart. Yeah.
You haven't tasted it yet, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right. So mine's is scrub soda. So this is technically not a kombucha, but
I was like, say it. But
it is made by a kombucha company, and it has probiotics and live things happening in here,
like kombucha.
Like kombucha. So there have been actually some of you who have remarked to us via DM or just in passing,
right,
that you were like, you found something like this in the store.
It looks scrumptious.
And you weren't sure if it was kombucha or not. And technically it's not, but it does have the live probiotics that kombucha does. So I'm going to try this one.
And what flavor is that?
It is peach, ginger, cinnamon.
That sounds delish.
It does. Herbal infused probiotic vinegar tonic. It's a vinegar tonic. That part doesn't sound good, but the flavor does.
I've had a little vinegar things. I'm like, ugh.
So that's our drinks for tonight. Just in case you were wondering. And if you have your own kombucha that you sipping on, let us know.
Yeah.
Send us a DM, write it in the comments.
Yeah, let us know
we might
what's
want to
good.
try that out sometime.
Let us know what's good.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna take a sip. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm okay with it.
Really?
Yeah. It does taste like tonic water.
But that sounds
But the
good.
peach ginger cinnamon flavor situation that's happening in this, it's coming through.
It's coming through.
So yeah, I could deal with this.
This is fruity and
Tart.
But I'm gonna make it work. But it's tart.
You're not feeling it? Do you want to have some of mine?
I will not be clean.
You won't be getting that one again?
And it could be, I'm not a fruity tart, so I don't like tarts. I don't like that kind of type of candy or anything like that. So,
that ain't it. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome. Tonight's topic is...
Yes, it is.
Sexual fantasies.
Sexual fantasies.
And we're excited to talk about it. Oh, new post alert. Last week, we talked about WAP during our lovely discussion.
Wow.
And we did a reaction video because Tamara had never seen the video.
And didn't know what WAP was.
And didn't know what it was.
But I know what it is.
She know what it is now. So, if you have not noticed on our page, The reaction video is posted. Take a look at it.
Check it out.
See it. Tell us what you think. Put LOL if you laugh.
Yes.
Put ha 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 if you laugh.
Watch to the end.
Watch to the end because we both have a surprise reaction at the
Yes.
end.
Please watch to the end. Please watch it. And remember, tell a friend, bring a friend, and follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our channel. We have a channel on YouTube. So please.
Yes, the channel on YouTube is called Sexual Enigma.
Yeah. No surprise.
No surprise.
Just saying.
Yes. All right. So, Sexual Fantasies.
Yes.
We'll be posing questions to the two of us throughout.
Two of us.
throughout the next few moments. But as our audience, please feel free to answer any of the questions in the comment section. And if you have a question, feel free to pose it too. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right? It's interactive, y'all.
Yes.
It's interactive. Also, someone already watched the reaction video and said it was comedy because it was.
It was.
Her first thing was, "Oh Lord Jesus." That's the first thing she said.
But I love female empowerment, like just owning your sexuality, and I loved every part of it. And I have gone back since to watch the video again. Mm-hmm. So, love that. So, what do you have?
So, sexual fantasies.
Ooh, we did that.
Yeah, look at you. Sexual fantasies. I'm going to start with the definition for a sexual fantasy. A sexual fantasy or erotic fantasy is a mental image or pattern of thought that stirs a person's sexuality and can create create or enhance sexual arousal. And we did not plan. We never planned anything. One of the comments says we planned some of our together.
No,
moments.
we didn't. Don't
We
be hater.
It just
we
happened.
We got that chemistry. That chemistry.
So that's what sexual fantasy, the definition of it is.
That's the Google version?
Yeah, that's the Google version.
No,
You have
what was-
another version?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Don't do that.
I think my version of a sexual fantasy is something where I fantasize about it, but then I work with someone to reenact it. That's a sexual fantasy for me. Like, you can keep it in your mind and just do self-play with your sexual fantasy.
What's self-play, girl?
Masturbation, that's self-play.
Oh, that is self-play. I just wanted to hear what her version
She just wanted
was.
me to say it out loud.
Just say it out loud, girl.
But yeah, that's self-play. So you could keep it in your mental, or you can work with your partner to actually
make it come to fruition.
Yes. Take it from the mental picture to you right in front of me. That's what I think is sexual fantasy.
I agree.
Or should be.
I agree.
Yeah.
You try to turn it on.
Okay.
I'm going to agree because I hear it coming. Well, since you gave the definition of fantasy, this is why we fantasize. And this, you can agree or disagree. So this is from the most to least common reasons. First one is to experience arousal.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Second one, because we're curious about different sexual situations.
Ooh. You look concerned.
I do. I'm like...
That's a good one. Okay, wait. So, there's so many different sexual situations that you could get into.
Of course. That's evil.
And so, my question is...
I don't. What is it?
Has there been any, sexual situations that you've wanted to try or have thought about?
And...
I mean, you could just have thought about it. Doesn't mean that you've actually done it. Like, here she come with the fan.
Let's see. Okay, so I'll keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. So I'm sure we've all fantasized on the beach. Right?
Have you done that?
Sex on the beach?
Yeah.
I have not, because you know what?
I have.
Sand be getting everywhere.
It's
That's
just not.
cute.
Okay, so sex on the beach. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Sex on the beach with some plastic down and all preparation so you don't get sand everywhere and your
it
hoo-ha
don't
and
matter
everything.
how much you prepare, there is still sand in crevices, for real. So I've done sex on the beach, and like it was in a cabana, like but we were on the beach, but you were on like one of the little chairs. Yeah, still sand everywhere.
Then that one shot, boom, done.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But you could still do it.
But I can no.
It just won't be. It's just not as romantic as you think. I mean, it can be.
I kept it simple but I figured I was like, see, that is a recipe for some mess, and for me to have to sit in water to to get all that out of the crevices. So,
listen, you could do it and then go back to your room, get in the shower, wash it all off. He can help you wash it off. See,
there you go.
It could be a continual
situation.
Just saying.
That's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad.
I think I may do that.
Mm-hmm. Try it out.
I might try
It
it out.
All right, so go ahead next to your next one.
Okay, so to meet unfulfilled needs. Remember, this is from most to least common reasons.
Why we fantasize.
Why we fantasize.
That's what we're going over. Reasons that we fantasize.
Yes, for anyone who's just joined us. To escape reality.
Okay. Wait, so we daydreaming, fantasizing, all those things are ways to escape reality.
Right.
But sometimes I hope that those who are fantasizing aren't solely trying to fully escape reality to where they're no longer like present. Does that make sense?
Present in the situation?
Yeah. Or just present in their mind.
In their mind, right, yeah.
That's one of my concerns about like VR, the virtual world, and all these movies that we have that are coming out where you're like just glued into a virtual reality. You just kind of can start to lose touch with the reality of life. And that can be sad. I'm sorry, I feel like I took this real sad.
Yeah, you sure did take this.
Let's go back to Sexy Fantasies.
Go
ahead.
But thank you for your comments. I'm just
This is why we drink real kombucha
and not
the tonic.
Yeah, it is not spiked. To explore a sexual taboo desire. We'll go over taboos in this. Okay. To plot out a future sexual encounter.
Ooh, I like that. You have a fantasy, you start plotting out how you gonna make it happen. That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah. Plot that joint out.
Yeah, like
set it up.
Like so the fantasy about having sex on the beach, like you could plot that out. You're like, all right, so this is what I want to do. How can I set this up so that it happens?
Yeah, but I'm so cautious because I'm like, what about those sand fleas?
Sand fleas?
Yeah, they got that.
Have y'all ever heard of a sand flea?
If y'all ever lived in Florida, they put them out. Yes. They have sea lice, sand fleas, all kinds of like, yeah, I'm not trying
sea lice?
Yes, man. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Some white people stuff.
Okay, stop it. Anyway. No, it is a real thing. Next. To relax or reduce anxiety.
I can see that.
Well, that's just sex, right?
Yeah, that's sex.
I mean, that's just
anything pleasure related can help reduce anxiety and
right?
stress.
To feel more sexually confident. In your fantasy?
I mean, if your fantasy is to be Xena Warrior Princess, that makes you feel more sexual and confident.
I sure does.
I also heard that one of our viewers mentioned that she's heard sand in the coochie hurts.
I'm saying that's why I'm like,
and I feel like that's just a recipe for some sort of vaginal pH going off, and all
that's why I'm trying to tell you.
It didn't happen to me, but we weren't on the sand.
Right,
we were on the beach, but we weren't on the sand.
Right. That's why I'm like, it sounds like it looks nice in the movies.
It does look nice in the movies,
but in reality, Because we're bored.
Yeah, you could. I mean, in this Corona time, I'm sure many people have had multiple fantasies because of boredom.
Right. Right. And so those are the reasons that I have. Those are the most common reasons, from most to least, why we fantasize. And we all do it. And it's normal, right? It's normal. So we're not, people aren't weird because they fantasize.
So one of the comments that I have read is that the sex on the beach, the way it can work is by doing doggy style.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes sense. Like, you're not in the sand, so it reduces the amount of sand particles getting into the crevices.
I'm mad at that. Thank you.
Bet. Bet. I'm down for that.
That might be good.
So tell me,
Okay.
Tamara and audience members, as they get ready to answer, I'll have you answer first.
You're so sweet.
You're welcome. So, what is one of your fantasies that you don't mind sharing? Y'all just see these death stares.
Love you, Robin. I have so many. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
Just joking. I'm a shit talker. I really am. I don't know. I think doing it in a public area.
One more time.
Oh, I didn't say that loud enough. I said probably having sex in a public area.
Yes. If you're just joining us, we are talking about fantasies, and the question was posed.
Megan.
What is one of the fantasies that she's had? And I shared that one of my fantasies was having sex on the beach, which I did.
Yeah.
So I guess I have to come up with
Yes, you
another
do.
one.
Come on now, leave me out here. Oh my gosh.
Okay, wonderful. So
one
of our comments that's come in is that they want to do public role play with their boo.
Nice.
Like, they act like strangers meeting in a random bar. And that's the random bar that is connected to a hotel room. I like
that.
it. I like
Yes.
it.
Ooh, I like that.
I guess
Role play is always good.
yes. Role play is amazing. Then you can tap into those mini characters.
But tell us.
Tell us what a mini character is.
No.
So a mini character.
You're good. That's okay. I don't forget a thing. So when you're finished, you can tell us your fantasy. Mini characters. Carry on, please.
So mini characters are basically a side.
That's how you get arrested for prostitution. You're absolutely right. So it's got to be discreet.
Mini characters are a way for you to tap into other sexual desires of yourself.
Right.
And sometimes we feel like a sexual desire is taboo, and our more conscious self does not want to kind of give into that. Whereas with the mini character, you can, in a way, detach yourself from your everyday self,
right,
and tap into that mini character that is more on the taboo side.
Yeah.
And that allows for just a greater sexual experience, because
you get to role play.
Yeah, you get to role play. You get to just be in it in a different type of way with your mini character.
Yeah,
so identifying what your mini character is very important. To answer your question about what a fantasy...
We all want to know.
What a fantasy for me has been. I would say, like, I've had this fantasy because I'm naturey. I like to be out in nature. I like to just be outdoorsy. So hiking, like me hiking, and like we have, like, what is it called? We get a tent, and I'm like seemingly by myself, right?
Oh. Yeah,
so I'm just kind of hiking and doing my own thing by myself, and then my partner...
Nature boy? What?
Okay, nature boy.
Nature boy, come on.
Wasn't going to give him a name. Nature boy.
Okay. Can I help you, miss?
Oh. No, the forest ranger.
Oh, ooh.
Yes. The forest ranger comes and he's like, ma'am, I heard somebody was looking for some dick. And then I say, I am. That's why I pitched my tent here.
Maybe he saw the
Bam.
smoke signal.
Oh, the smoke signals.
Okay.
Nah,
I'm
we
helping
cool.
you with your fantasy. I may have to take that one. I'm just saying.
Listen. Get you a little tent. Practice. Set it up. Set it up.
I think I need a more
Look, set it up.
adventurous fantasy than that.
Someone said that that's a porn plot.
Just saying, though. And we were both in on it. Like, hey! The forest ranger came along after he saw the smoke. Anyway, yes, Lord Jesus. Okay, so I, of course, did my research and wrote down 7 common fantasies. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Multi-partner sex. We all know what that is, right? Group sex is a common arousal material for Americans. That's what it said on there. So I guess they're trying to say not Americans. It's just an American thing. I don't know.
It
Most
might just
Americans.
be way more common for Americans to fantasize about doing multi-group things.
Yeah.
Like, I always hear people talking, well, I won't say always, but there are times in my 30-something years of life that I've heard people talk about threesomes or like a group situation, and I'd be like, I'm too selfish for it. Personally,
I agree with that.
I want all of the dick, and I don't
For
want to
me.
share it.
Right?
I don't want to share it.
I'm not trying to share it.
I don't want to share it. But that is a legit fantasy that people have,
Yeah.
and it is totally fine. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it
I don't
did. They
wanna
did
share.
mention that. I won't want to share.
I don't want to share.
I'm possessive like that. So they did mention how it can create like sensory overload, because you've got hands touching you, or where other things are happening to you. So you've got the sound, the touch, the feel. So, and if that's your thing, that's your thing. Good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a really good question come in, and it says, how do you even approach the subject of threesomes with your partner? And one of the things that we've discussed and that we talk about in our workshop for couples is communication. Effective communication, direct communication, and being vulnerable in your communication. And so I think one of the ways that you approach that topic is first by starting with talking about how sex is for you,
Right.
and how it is for your partner, and being able to be clear and comfortable telling your partner if you liked something or if you didn't. And then the more that you have those types of conversations, it allows for a change in the degree of the conversation, right? So you can just start off with talking about how you liked XYZ position.
Right.
And then you can start discussing like, and being clear like, hey, I'm on a sexual journey right now, and there's some things that I might want to try, and I want to be able to feel like I can be open with you.
Has said that to you?
I've said that to someone.
You've been on a sexual journey?
Yeah, like, look, I'm on a sexual journey right now, and I want to know if you are, like, ready to support me through this sexual journey.
Nice.
And that could be me asking for you to do different things, or, you know, including new different stuff into what we do, like, you know. So I was very clear, like, this is Sexual Fantasies. This is not. I'm just answering the very good question that came through.
I'm just saying, but your inquiring minds want to know. I think that's great that you can express that to your partner, or the person that you're with at the time, that you're on a sexual journey. That is great communication.
Yeah, but so that's one of the ways. Like, you start off by just being able and willing and comfortable to talk about what you like in bed and what you don't like. And then once you're able to have those types of conversations, it'll become more free-flowing to go to those other levels of the conversation, where you end up saying, hey, I've been having this type of fantasy where I want to have a multi-partner experience. Is that something you would be interested in? But you can't. I don't imagine it being comfortable to just jump straight out there and say that. I think you have to develop
build up to
that communication and that openness with your partner before you get to that
vulnerability too, because you're kind of putting yourself out there.
Yeah, you are.
Okay,
great question, audience members. Keep them coming. And don't forget, we're still waiting for y'all to tell us what your fantasy is.
Just saying, I hadn't seen one yet.
We ain't forgot.
But thank you for the doggy style. The doggy style one on the beach.
We saw one. We still waiting for some more.
Oh. Okay. Second one is power, control, or rough sex. So that is BDSM. Basically, I guess having the consensual exchange of power in sexual or non-sexual situation.
So, just a reminder, we're talking about types of sexual fantasies.
Right.
And so, you said control, rough sex, BDSM. We're going to talk about that. Not like next week, but we will be talking about BDSM and things of that nature in the future. Just putting that out there so you know.
And so we're just touching on it now.
Yeah.
So S&M is about what giving or receiving pain through. This is Google. It's not me saying. It's not Sexual Enigma saying that, but receiving pain through things like spanking, whipping, and humiliation, and more.
Mm-hmm. So, as I asked about fantasies coming through from our audience members, I really want to touch on them before they go too far. But there's one about showing up to their man's job in a trench coat and nothing else on, and then doing it at the workplace. Yes. Yeah,
I see a couple trench coats out there.
Approve of it.
Trench coats are nice.
Yes. Or like a fur. If you have like a fur coat.
Ooh.
With some red heels.
Always red heels.
Yes. I don't know what it is. Oh, actually I do. Red is an actual situation.
Yeah. It is. I think that you get something red. It could be lips. It could be panties. It could be bra. It could be shoes.
Yeah. One other fantasy that came through was getting a chance to go to one of those sex clubs and seeing how that goes. I've been kind of interested in it. Like, there's different sex clubs where you can go. You can either participate in a sexual act, or you can pay to just do sexual things with the partner you came with, or you can just pay to watch.
You have to pay to do sexual things with the partner you came with?
Yeah, if you're going to use one of the rooms.
Oh, okay. I was like, why would I need to pay? Okay.
But yeah, so there are those things out there. I've never been to one. I've heard about them. I'm not even sure how you navigate that world to get to that. But I know I'd be interested.
Google it and find
True. But there's some like that are very exclusive and like member only invite, and so
those private ones.
Yeah, those are the good ones.
Those
right?
are the ones out for the public are just kind of just go to people watch.
You want to go? Yeah, exactly.
And the private exclusive ones, I would imagine some real stuff goes down. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to your list. 7 common sexual fantasies.
Okay, so and with that, the rough sex and the S&M and the BDSM, always have to make sure that you both agree, communication, right? Agree on a safe word. Talk through what the roles are, right? If you're going to be...
Safe word. Pineapples! Why is that always a safe word? What movie was that was from?
Pineapple Express? I don't know.
I think it was Pineapple Express.
Establish boundaries. Like, no, I don't want to be choked. I want to choke you. Don't choke me. Don't choke each other out. If that's your boundary. Take it slow. So these are all kind of things that you talked about. Like your sexual
communication.
Journey. Communication. And checking in continuously. So...
That's important to check in continuously throughout the act.
Especially,
Yeah, because, I mean...
If it's rough sex that you're in, and if you're receiving pain, you need to let them know, bruh. Or,
this is too far.
That's too far, right?
And sometimes there may be moments where you can't even get out the safe word. Because no, like for real, like sometimes you're so far into whatever it is or the uncomfortableness of something that you forget what the safe word is, or you just can't even verbalize it. So it's important for the partner to check in every once in a while, like, you still good? We still good? You ready to continue going? You know, because sometimes it takes a lot to say that safe
hopefully
word.
You can get your hand free. Tap him on the head. Tap him just something.
That's not a tap.
I know, it look like a tap. There's a full on hit. I'm just saying. When you're in that desperation, you may have to tap.
Oh my goodness.
You may need to knock somebody out because you
Listen.
can't get it out. I'm just saying.
No safe hits. Safe word. Use your words.
Use your words. You're right. Okay, novelty. So here's the next one. Novelty, adventure, and variety. Here's what I was just talking about. Sex on the beach or mountaintop, airplane, bathroom.
Oh, that is
That's
a
sex in public.
fantasy. So I
wasn't
always
finished. And then I'll let you talk.
My bad.
See how I got on that thigh? I was playing. You didn't consent to that though.
I did not consent. I don't want to be beat.
I'm gonna tap.
Okay.
Tap in. Okay. Or having sex while wearing a butt plug, or having this is I Google it. Having sex in the park.
Okay, so what did you say? The plane.
The plane.
Right now we're going over, if you just joined us, 7 different common sexual fantasies.
Right.
And so I've always heard about the Mile High Club and having sex in the plane, but every time I go into them plane bathrooms, I'm like, ain't no way you can have an enjoyable sexual moment in here.
Maybe if
at
you're
least
small enough.
That's right, you're very petite, but I get in there and my butt is just, and I'm like, I can't. I can't. How? Well, I was supposed to. How, Sway? How? And then it's dirty in there.
It is dirty.
I'd have to like go in with Clorox wipe and wipe it all down first. So I need like a 30-minute head start.
I know.
Let me clean all of this down. Oh, yes. Yes, one of our clients said, not clients, one of our people who are watching said that it would have to be first class
seating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Private jet.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
Private
But
jet.
for those of us who are still in economy, that little ass bathroom ain't gonna work unless you're a little ass person.
Right.
In a good way.
Just saying. Me and my man can fit. Sorry about you.
But there are those, on some international flights, in the first class, they have those like beds or the seats that recline into a bed, and you have like your own little door situation. That's when you can get
but
it in.
there's no cover on top.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's a part of the like sex in public, Mile High Club, all of it taken down in one swoop.
I try it. Okay.
Okay, so back to the list of common sexual fantasies.
Let's see that one. And I think this is part of the novelty, adventure, and variety. In long-term relationships, it is particular. Keeping novelty alive is paramount. Providing for bedroom boredom. So, just bringing new things into the relationship, like the Mile High Club, bathroom sex, all those.
Yes,
You have
I do. From one of our lovely viewers.
What is it?
So to go along with like keeping that kind of taboo thing happening within the relationship for fantasies would be having sex after hours in a coworker's office that you do not like.
Ooh.
Yes. And I see the play out of that because you get it in that office, right? And then every time after that, when you walk past the office and you see that person in there, you just kind of smirk like, you don't know what I did in there. And then they'll probably think like, oh, they're nice to me now. They keep smiling every time they walk by my office.
Touching that stapler on you. Just saying.
Your desk got ass juice
All
over it.
ass juice. I don't mind that one. So next one, taboos and forbidden sex. Common taboos. Licking feet. Is it a taboo?
I mean, I don't know. It's not for me.
I think it's a fetish more than a taboo.
Yeah.
Licking feet and armpits.
That's a lot.
That's a different.
Unless you're freshly cleaned. I could see licking an armpit that's freshly cleaned. But an armpit that's been just out the day.
Or after, like, they put, even if they're clean, they just put deodorant on?
No, I don't want deodorant. It's just got to be fresh, clean skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you said those because we'll be talking about erogenous zones.
Yes.
And the foot and some other places like on your arm and etc. are erogenous zones.
Yes, they are.
And so next month is World Sexual Health. On September 4th is World Sexual Health Day. Yes. And so we will be taking the month of September.
The month of September, y'all.
To talk about different erogenous zones. And we'll be having guests.
Yes.
On.
It's a series.
It is a series. So just be on the lookout for that.
Moving on up.
First Monday of September.
Yes.
We'll have our first guest. And we'll be talking about some erogenous zones.
Yes. So, some more taboos. Worshipping leather or lycra?
So are we taking this leather into the bedroom and doing some lips with it?
I'm thinking that's what that is.
Okay.
Lycra.
Whatever.
Okay. And watching others have sex.
Yeah, so that would be like going to those not shops, the sex rooms.
The sex clubs.
The sex clubs.
The sex
That's
clubs.
what I was thinking
But I
of.
think this was more like when I was researching it, because I like to research. When I was researching, it was more like watching others have sex, but they don't know you're watching.
You can do that in a sex club.
But I thought they know.
They have a two-way window.
Oh, it's not consensual.
I mean, when you walk in there, I think you signed a consent form.
Oh.
So
Whatever goes.
I'm pretty sure that they have consent forms that you sign. But yeah, that's something you could do. There's one lady, was it Sex with Ashley? We follow this one young lady. Her name is Sex with Ashley. And she's a part of a few sex clubs and things of that nature. And so she's mentioned that, again, Sex with Ashley, if you'd like to check her out.
She's mentioned
sex clubs.
Actually, yes, I have. I was like, oh, that's a thing.
Yeah. She be knowing.
But did she get invited to the private ones?
I don't know. You gotta ask her that. Check her out. See what you find.
And let us know. I'm
know.
just saying. So that was more. That was that was less of the not less, but that was the taboos, right? So now here's the passion and romance. Passion and romance. So, which is important in a relationship, right? If that's what you have. If you don't, it might not be. You might not be trying to take long walks on a beach,
and then do a doggy style on the
beach.
But
that might be romance too. I'm just saying.
I think it's romance. Why not?
I think
you got the waves crashing.
Yeah, I definitely think that's romance. Yeah, mix it up a little bit. Candlelit dinners. Eye contact during lovemaking, right? All part of fantasy and being desired, intimate, which we talk about being intimacy in our workshops, and romantic.
Romantic what?
Those are all parts of being. She was, you know what she was doing?
I was fantasizing.
I was looking at it. I was like, that eye is like,
Have you ever done anything in a movie theater? Go ahead, answer.
I have not had sex in a movie theater.
I didn't say had sex. I said, have you ever done anything in a movie theater? I didn't say had sex. Just to clarify. That sounds like a yes to me, guys.
I don't even know exactly what you're asking. Plead the fifth.
I've done stuff in a movie theater.
I mean, like what? Like kiss? I've done things in a movie theater.
Thank you.
I'm a grown ass woman. Yes, I have done things in a ass.
And with the recliners now, hey, you go see a matinee when ain't nobody in that joint. I'm saying.
I haven't been to a movie theater in a while. I'm not really a
I
movie
haven't
goer,
either. And
but
you know
this is
what?
like,
With this COVID stuff, the movie theaters are empty.
yeah.
So
They're gonna bring back new drive-ins.
I think they have in some places, but that's another
They
spot.
need to. Boom.
Sex in the car. Sex in the car.
Not a bad thing, y'all. I'm just saying.
Sex in the car is a kind of, it's rough.
I don't know.
Depending on the type of vehicle.
Depending on the type of vehicle.
Yeah. If your car is petite or just small and you can't really maneuver
Why
well,
y'all bringing petite though?
it was just in my mind. That was the word that came to mind for it. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Anyways, but that's a good fantasy.
That is a good fantasy.
Movie theater sex, sex in the vehicle.
That SUV I got. This. There you go, baby.
Yes, SUVs. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just really gotta kind of finagle and figure out where people go.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about the difference between men and
No,
women.
we need to go over the erotic flexibility.
Okay, my bad.
This is good.
My
There you
bad.
go.
I'm getting in trouble
First
tonight.
one, yes. Two main categories. First one is gender blending. Someone explores their own gender presentation and dress or has a partner who does.
So gender blending, where let's say the male partner that I have blends to wear a woman's attire.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna keep a straight face.
Okay. I couldn't. The silence was like,
It was deafening.
I don't know whose fantasy that is though.
That's a fantasy. That's
Whose
someone's
fantasy? Is it your partner's fantasy or is it both? Well, see, that's when that communication comes in about your sexual journey, and this is what I want. This is what I want to try.
So it could be the partner's fantasy, and then as you being the partner, you have to have a level of respect to say, yes, I'm willing to do that with you, or no, that's a little too far for me and I don't feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The second one is sexual fluidity. That features acts or characters are seemingly inconsistent with how one identifies sexually. Oh,
Can you say that again?
Yeah, it's complicated. So sexual fluidity. The featured acts or characters are seemingly inconsistent with how one identifies sexually.
So it's kind of not necessarily back to the wearing of the opposite sex clothing, but more so
how you identify sexually.
How you identify sexually. So, for example, just for more clarification, if I were to fluidly identify as a male, right, but body-wise is woman, so then during the act of sex, I'm acting male-ish. Is that kind of what we've got there?
Yes.
Okay. That's a thing.
That is a thing. It's out there. It's out there, right?
It's really about like your sexual pleasure and journey, journey, like we've talked. Hey, someone has seen people play with animals. Oh, people play animals. Excuse me.
Oh.
Not play with animals. We don't want PETA coming after us.
No, not personally.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, like that's an easy
like
one.
Bark Like a Dog.
But
see how she did on command, y'all.
But like, think about it. How they have like the sexy kitten outfits.
Okay.
During what is it called? Halloween time. And then, you know, people get aroused by that and you have a good sexual night. So that could be a thing. Or you could legit play out an animal. Oh my god.
What?
So years ago, I went on a safari. And we were tracking down this lion and lioness who were reportedly having sex across the area that we were in for the safari.
Okay.
So like we were tracking it down. We finally find these two and they are going at it. And so when the whole comment about like people playing animals, like that scene just came into my mind. So if you've seen animals have sex, or at least like the lion and the lioness have sex,
and
it is intense.
Is it?
But it's over quick. Yeah. Like, and it's funny because there's some foreplay that happens and some flirting. Yeah, like the lioness is kind of rolling on her back and she's doing all this stuff and yeah, rolling around in front of the lion, and then he's kind of like,
let me find out. Okay, keep going.
And then like it's done doggy style, so she's laying on her tummy and the lion is like just on her ass and going in it. And then all of a sudden you just hear him go, and he jumps off. She kind of does this like roll around thing, and then they just kind of like walk off to their separate sides. And you understand, I enjoy separation after sex. I'd be like, you don't need to be right next to me. I'm okay. You can go over there. So I get that part.
Oh really? Because I'd be like, yo, no cuddle time.
No cuddle time.
Cuddle time. You just rolling out like that? Bet. Don't come back.
Anyways, that just made me think about that. But animal play can be kind of sexy.
Oh,
why not?
I see that. That was a nice.
Yeah,
That
I
was
can
a sexy
see that.
story. I like that. Thank you.
Animal
Lion.
Kingdom world out there, man.
I'm just like,
seeing it in real life was crazy. Cause I was like, yo, this is some National Geographic stuff. Like,
that's funny that you
I'm
all
like
were tracking
right
down,
here.
like wanting to see animals
yes,
have sex.
yes, they
I'm
were.
just saying, they can have it in privacy. Just
we didn't ask the guy to find it. The guy was like, oh, there are animals out here. I'm sorry, that was a bad
no,
accent.
it's not.
I should not have
It's
done
okay.
that.
It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. It's okay.
But yeah, he was on the phone talking to other guys, and they were all like trying to find where these animals were having sex at. So it wasn't just our Jeep, it was multiple Jeeps, and we were all just like recording like, oh shit, dang, this is crazy.
No privacy.
And it's
at
over
all.
in 10-15 seconds. And that was it.
Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
anyways.
So, well, oh yes, I have a few more. Not more. That was all the 7. But just so you know, male and female, right? Men are more likely the gender to have like do the multiple partner. We talked about that in the beginning, the multiple partner and the taboo fantasies. Whereas women, okay, here we go.
Men are more likely to want to do the multi-partner and the taboo fantasies than women.
Yes.
I feel like that's not true.
Why do you
feel like there are a good amount of women out there who want to do a multi-partner fantasy but don't necessarily say it or like allow themselves to feel it. Does that make sense? Like, I think it's like a secret fantasy that women have.
Tell us
that they don't put out there.
The ladies out there, tell us
it's
like whether or not. I see a whole bunch of hearts. But tell us, does anyone else have a comment about that?
I see an agreed.
Agreed. I see an agreed.
I think there are a lot of women who think about that and may want it, but just don't verbalize it.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I already told you, I'm selfish. I want all of the dick. So
I'm with Robin. I want all that dick, and I'm not sharing it.
I feel as though I've talked to people who have said like they've been interested in it, but they don't know how to talk about it or bring it up. And guys are more likely to verbalize it.
Yeah. Well, DM us. Let us know.
Yes, there are many women who are repressed and feel ashamed to talk about those type of fantasies and things. And listen, honeys, if you out there and you watching this after the live, don't be ashamed.
That's right.
Come to us if you want to work on communicating with your partner.
Right.
And get to that place where you can tell your man or your woman partner, whoever.
Right.
I want to have a threesome, or I want to have a group sex situation.
Right.
And it's okay.
It's all good.
Protect yourself, though. Just protection.
Safe words. Just saying. Communication with that.
Wrap it up. Just protection.
question. Yes, please.
Want to be out here getting stuff.
And women are likely to have BDSM or romantic fantasies and have them more frequently than other genders.
Women are more likely to have BDSM or romantic fantasies
and have them more frequently than others.
Interesting. I could see that. I could see that. And kind of back to the group piece, because one of the comments came in is that a lot of women may want to do two men, but their partners aren't into that.
Yeah, I could see a man.
And
I can see a man not being like,
yeah,
nah,
I could get that too, but I feel like it's such a double standard, right? Like,
right.
We're expected to be super open to having two women and one man.
Right.
But if the woman is like, yo, I actually want two dicks, so two men and me, and then the guy's like,
some kombucha.
Nah.
Right.
You know,
well, yeah.
like, it's such a double standard in our world. Again, it goes back to that repression of women's sexual desires and making people feel like it's not cool.
Right.
But anyways, women more likely to have BDSM and I get the romantic fantasies. I don't think I'm surprised about the BDSM fantasies. Yeah,
I'm not surprised at all.
I'm not surprised, but I still find it interesting. There was a question that came in. Let me see if I can go back to it.
Oh, you can.
If a woman wants a threesome with two other males who are not her partner, so both male is not her partner.
Okay.
There's opportunities for that. I could probably go through like some of those dating apps, blah blah blah.
I definitely think you could probably find something on the dating app.
Yeah. And just FYI, for you who didn't know, that one woman and two men is known as the devil's three-way.
Oh, so, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't want a devil's three-way. No. Maybe one day in my life I might, but not currently.
No. No.
So, that's interesting. Do you, as a woman...
Here we go.
She's
getting hot already. Oh, here we go.
As a woman, do you identify with that statement that women are more likely to have BDSM and romantic fantasies than their counterparts?
I do. It doesn't surprise me about the BDSMs. I think that it always, I guess society has always shown that men kind of dominate women in the bedroom and other sexual things, and so it doesn't surprise me that women are like, I want to take the reins back. Okay, get that whip. No, that whip's not for me. It's for you. How about that?
Where that handcuffs at?
Where that
handcuffs
That's for you.
And these ain't the trick handcuffs, baby. These the ones that I got the key for.
Right. That's where that is. So that doesn't surprise me that women fantasize like, you know what?
Yeah, I
want to.
Taking that control back, tapping into the masculinity of themselves.
Just just a little fantasy, nothing too serious, but that doesn't. I agree with it, and then we do have it more frequently.
Yeah,
we probably do fantasize about both of them more than other genders. That's okay.
Well, whatever your fantasy is, it's fine.
It's
have it. It's normal to have a fantasy.
Right.
It's normal to think about ways that you can make this fantasy become reality. But the thing about having a fantasy is making sure that whatever partner you are engaging with, that you have open communications lines to make sure that fantasy can come to fruition in a safe and healthy way.
Right.
And without that communication, it can go wrong.
It can. Like if you want to pitch a tent, make sure it's the right ranger coming to help you. Right? I'm just saying.
Oh man, yeah. So thank you for joining us. Really hope that you enjoyed tonight's talk. Sexual fantasies. Next week we'll be talking about fetishes.
And maybe we'll talk about licking feet and armpits.
Not for me.
Not for you, but I'm saying it sounds like a fetish,
it's a
right?
thing that
It's
can
a
happen.
thing. It's a thing. It's a true thing that can happen, people.
Mm-hmm.
All good.
Yeah, it's all good. So just a reminder, we are Sexual Enigma.
Yes.
I'm Robin.
This is Tamara.
And we're so happy that you joined us tonight.
Follow us, tell a friend, bring a friend, and go to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Don't forget, we have a new post of Tamara viewing the WAP video. So take a moment, check that out, have a good laugh,
Yes.
and a good kombucha drink, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Yes.
Bye.
See ya.